Just days after Camp Mystic revoked its application for license renewal, other summer camps across Texas say they're struggling to meet new state regulations. Those camps are set to open in a matter of weeks, but fears are growing that licenses may not be granted in time. Fox 7's Marco Bittnell joins us live in studio to help us walk through what this all means. Marco?
Alec, after last year's July floods, legislators wasted almost no time passing laws which aim to improve camp safety. But now other camp operators and even a Texas lawmaker are asking for more realistic expectations. Some of those new regulations threaten to close down camps which have been open for decades. Nearly a year ago, devastating floodwaters hitting the hill country. Caught in its path was Camp Mystic, where 27 campers and counselors lost their lives.
We understand just the reality of what happened, and it was a huge tragedy.
Though he was over 200 miles away, Eddie Walker remembers it well. He's the director of Mount Lebanon, one of the state's largest church camps in Texas. Seeing what happened in Kerr County, they wasted no time to examine their own emergency action plan.
We didn't wait for the legislature. Our team met the day after the tragedy last year and pulled out our EAP and said, is there anything that we've missed?
And new legislation would come quickly. 2 months after the devastating floods, the second special session yielded a wave of new reforms.
Improved and safer camp safety is now law in the great state of Texas, a law that will save lives.
Those bills required youth camps to now follow new rules, such as having a written emergency plan, improving safety training for employees, and installing early warning systems for areas prone to flash flooding. But some say those decisions were made too quickly.
We would have loved to have been called to the table on this and to say, how can we do this well?
As the president of the Christian Camps and Conference Association, Walker says that some of the new requirements passed into law set expectations that some camps simply might not be able to meet.
The biggest shortcoming of the law was the fiber mandate.
One of the biggest hurdles for some camps to overcome is the requirement to have end-to-end fiber optic internet. For smaller or rural camps, estimates to install fiber can run around $2 million.
That has the potential to shut down great camps, long-standing camps, safe camps, for no reason.
And with weeks until the season is set to start, Walker says that camps have been working overtime to meet many of the state's requirements. Towards the end of April, hundreds of summer camps were denied their licenses after the state found deficiencies in their emergency plans. But Walker says that the state's recommendations weren't always correct.
So most of the things were pretty easy to fix. Some things were just wrong. It was not more safe for campers. It was It worked against safety in some cases.
Now, a Texas lawmaker is also looking for clear camp expectations. On Thursday, State Representative Wes Verdell requested Governor Abbott to call a special session, which he says is needed to fix safety laws passed last year. In his letter, he claims that the new laws have ambiguous language, unrealistic timelines, and impose major financial burdens on camps. It's a welcome move for Walker, who believes while difficult, changing the legislation is key for many camps to survive.
That's going to take political courage. No one wants to be seen as somehow against camp safety, camper safety. No camp wants that. No legislator wants to be seen as that.
State data does show that camp licenses have begun to be granted, with 9 active youth camps now holding licenses which run through 2027. We have reached out to the governor's office for a statement on Representative Verdell's call for a special session, but we have yet to hear back. Reporting in studio, Marco Bittnell, Fox 7 Austin News.